Hi guys, my name is Joseph Alvaro. For today's video, I'm going to share to you about the evolution of operating system. So first, what is operating system? An operating system or OS is a system software that manages computer hardware, software, resources, and provides common services for computer programs. Operating systems are found on many devices that contain a computer, from cellular phones and video games consoles to web servers and supercomputers. Let's now proceed to the evolution of operating system.
The evolution of operating systems is directly dependent on the development of computer systems and how users use them. Here is a quick tour of computing systems through the past 50 years.
Let's now start from early evolution. In 1945, ENIAC has been developed by Moore School of Engineering, University of Pennsylvania. ENIAC was the first programmable electronic general-purpose digital computer. It was Turing complete and able to solve a large class of numerical problems through reprogramming. After 4 years, EDVAC and EDSAC has been developed. It is considered as one of the earliest electronic computers. Unlike its predecessor, the ENIAC, it was binary rather than decimal, and was a stored program machine. After that is the UNIVAC in 1951. It was the first general-purpose electronic digital computer designed for business application produced in the United States. 1 year later, IBM 701 has been developed. It is known as the defense calculator while in the development. Was IBM's first commercial scientific computer and its first series production mainframe computer, which was announced to the public on April 29, 1952. And for the year 1954 to 1957, Fortran has been developed. So what is Fortran? It is a general-purpose, compiled imperative programming language that is especially suited to numeric computation and scientific computing. Let's now proceed to the operating systems in the late 1950s. By the late 1950s, operating systems were well improved and started supporting following usages. It was able to perform single-stream batch processing. It could use common standardized input/output routines for devices access. Program transition capabilities to reduce the overhead of starting a new job was added. Error recovery to clean up after a job terminated abnormally was added. Job control languages that allowed users to specify the job definition and resource requirements were made possible. Let's now move to the operating systems in the 1960s. It started in the year 1961, which is considered as the dawn of mini-computers. A mini-computer, or colloquially mini, is a class of smaller computers that was developed in the mid-1960s and sold for much less than mainframe and mid-size. And after a year is Compatible Time Sharing System, or CTSS, is developed from MIT. Compatible Time Sharing System was one of the first time-sharing operating systems. It was developed at the MIT Computation Center. CTSS was first demonstrated in MIT's IBM 709 in November 1961. Service to MIT users began in the summer of 1963 and was operated until 1973.
1963, Burroughs Master Control Program for the B500 system. 1964, IBM System 360 is a family of mainframe computer systems that was announced by IBM April 7, 1964, and delivered between 1965 and 1978.
1966. Changes in mini-computers.
Mini-computers got cheaper, more powerful, and really useful. 1968 mouse was invented. A computer mouse, plural mice, rarely mouses, is a handheld pointing device that detects two-dimensional motion relative to a surface.
1969. The Unix Time-Sharing System. Unix is a general-purpose, interactive time-sharing operating system primarily for the DEC PDP-11 series of computers, and recently for the Interdata 8/32. It is useful on a rather broad range of configurations, ranging from a large PDF 11/70 supporting 48 users to a single user LSI 11 system. Supported OS features by 1970s. Multi-user and multitasking was introduced. Dynamic address translation hardware and virtual machines came into picture. Modular architectures came into existence. Personal interactive systems came into existence.
Accomplishments after 1970, 19,701,971. Intel announces the microprocessor. 1972, IBM comes out with the Virtual Machine Operating System. 1973, Unix 4th edition is published. 1973, Ethernet. 1970 for the personal computer age begins. 1974, Gates and Allen wrote BASIC for the Altair. 1976, Apple II. The Apple II is an 8-bit home computer and one of the world's first highly successful mass-produced microcomputer products. Here are the examples of Apple II. 1983, Microsoft begins work on Ms. Windows. 1984, Apple Macintosh comes out. The Macintosh is a family of personal computers designed, manufactured, and sold by Apple Inc. since January 1984. The original Macintosh is the first successful mass-market personal computer to have. 1990, Microsoft Windows 3.0 comes out. Windows 3.0 is the third major release of Microsoft Windows, launched in 1990. Like its predecessors, it is not an operating system, but rather a graphical operating environment that runs on top of DOS. Here is the image of Windows 3.0.
2007 iOS.
In what is widely regarded as his greatest presentation ever, Apple's Steve Jobs introduced Internet of the World on January 9, 2007. In the 5+ years since then, the iPhone, iPad, and iPod.
Yet in 2008, Android OS.
In September 2008, the very first Android smartphone was announced, the T-Mobile G1, also known as the HTC Dream in other parts of the world. It went on sale in the US in October of that year.
So for the importance of operating system, first, it boots the computer. Second, it performs basic computer tasks, example, managing the various peripheral devices, such as mouse and keyboard. Third, it provides a user interface. Example is the command line graphical user interface, or so-called GUI. Fourth, it handles system resources such as the computer's memory and sharing of the central processing unit or CPU, time by various applications or peripheral devices. And then fifth, it provides file management, which refers to the way the operating system manipulates, stores, retrieves, and saves data. And last is the error handling is done by the operating system. It takes preventive measures whenever required to avoid errors. Thanks for watching.